Let's talk about the thrilling revenge drama in Renegade Immortal today. The protagonist Wang Lin returned from the ancient god realm, brimming with unparalleled skills and burning rage, determined to avenge the massacre of his entire clan by Tang Yuan, his archenemy of yesteryears. Wang Lin, since his departure from the ancient god realm, has regained his physical body and greatly enhanced his strength. With the help of Yuan in the Cloud Sky Sec, he successfully advanced to the nascent soul stage. At this moment, Wang Lin is no longer the bullied youth of the past but a dark horse in the cultivation world of Shao country, unbeatable by anyone. And in his heart, there is only one thought: revenge. Back in the day, Tang Yuan, that old fellow, actually wiped out Wang Lin's entire clan. This hatred has been engraved in Wang Lin's heart for a full 400 years. Now that he has returned, how can he let this enemy go? So, as soon as Wang Lin returned to Shao country, he secretly arranged restrictions surrounding the entire Teng family city like an iron bucket. His purpose was clear, not only to let Teng Yuan taste the bitterness of exterminating a clan, but also to expel the Teng family from the cultivation world from then on. On Teng Yuan's side, rumors have been circulating recently about someone continuously hunting down descendants of the Teng family, naturally stirring up his anger. But when he saw the appearance of the culprit, he was stunned. Indeed, the culprit was Wang Lin. Teng Yuan had personally witnessed Wang Lin's body explosion and death. How could he possibly reappear? However, he was, after all, a powerhouse in the nascent soul stage. Though shocked, he tried to remain calm. He thought to himself, even if Wang Lin returned from the dead, what could he do? He would just kill him again. However, when Wang Lin truly appeared, Teng Yuan realized his grave mistake. Wang Lin declared war on him, with a tower made from the heads of thousands of Teng family members, a scene so gruesome, it was unbearable. Although there were many nascent soul experts on Teng Yuan's side, under Wang Lin's supreme divine sense, they were simply slaughtered. Wang Lin moved swiftly, and Teng family disciples fell one after another. Hearing the continuous screams of his clan, Teng Yuan transitioned from anger to despair. He tried to intervene, but the disparity in strength was too great, leaving him powerless. Soon, only Teng Yuan was left standing amidst the ruins of his family, filled with helplessness and regret. In the end, Teng Yuan shouted, "What a karmic cycle," expressing his endless sorrow. Thus, the enmity between the Wang and Teng families came to an end. And Teng Yuan, once the illustrious patriarch of his family, ultimately met his demise. In Renegade Immortal, the 9-star ancient gods are formidable beings within the ancient god clan, powerful enough to alter the heavenly laws and reverse the universe's course. They are almost legendary existences, positioned at the pinnacle of the ancient god hierarchy. Analysis of the strength of the 9-star ancient gods in Renegade Immortal. In the setting of Renegade Immortal, cultivators' ranks can be divided into several stages, from the lowest to the highest: chi condensation, foundation establishment, core formation, nascent soul, soul formation, Ingbian, and Dao seeking. The ancient god clan, on the other hand, ranges from 1 star to 9 stars, with each level corresponding to different strengths. For example, a 1-star ancient god is equivalent to a nascent soul cultivator, while a 9-star ancient god is at the peak, comparable to a late-stage Yuan expert, or perfected in the 3rd step of the heavenly tribulation. In the novel, the royal ancient gods are considered one of the most powerful clans of the primordial 10,000 races. They possess numerous divine abilities and are exceptionally powerful, especially the royal ancient gods. Their strength far exceeds that of ordinary ancient gods. The 9-star royal ancient gods possess a powerful divine ability called the Art of the Soul's Work, which allows them to extract souls from the universe, not just the souls of planets and starry skies. When a 9-star royal ancient god employs this technique, they can manipulate all the rules of a realm for their use, even change the heavenly laws and reverse the universe's course. In the story, the character Wang Lin ultimately succeeds in transcending the heavens to become the strongest in the 4th step of the Nirvana realm. During his cultivation journey, he obtained the legacy of Tuo San, a royal ancient god, and later returned it to resurrect Tuo Senator later. He also received the legacy of Dao Gu Mo Yi, becoming the pinnacle of 9-star ancient gods, 9-star ancient demons, and 9-star ancient devils. The origin and heritage of the 9-star ancient gods in Renegade Immortal. The 9-star ancient gods typically have a long history and profound heritage. Their bloodlines contain ancient and powerful forces, giving them inherent advantages in cultivation and growth. Compared to other races' powerhouses, who may also have their own legacies and secret techniques, they often cannot be compared to the 9-star ancient gods. The breakthrough of the bloodline level of the 9-star ancient gods to the 9th level means that they can ignore certain deficiencies in the Dao lineage and continue to enhance their comprehension of the great Dao of chaos. The appearance of the 9-star ancient gods usually resembles that of mythical gods, such as having 9-star patterns on their heads, with massive bodies that sometimes reach tens of thousands of times the height of ordinary people. This physique makes them difficult to avoid attacks in battle, but also makes them formidable targets to defeat. When Tang Yuan learned of Wang Lin's return after exterminating the Wang clan, how splendid was his reaction. Since Wang Lin's battle in the Decision Valley, after experiencing trials in the Annihilation Realm, Ancient God Realm, and Cloud Sky Sect, Wang Lin finally barely reached the nascent soul stage through continuous battles. By this time, 400 years had passed since the Wang family was wiped out, and the Tang family had not been idle during these 400 years. Teng Yuan, who was in the early nascent soul stage 400 years ago, had cultivated to the late nascent soul stage after such a long period of cultivation, becoming one of the top experts in Zhao country. In Zhao country, as long as one's cultivation reaches the late nascent soul stage, they will gain high status and power. Therefore, leveraging the growth of Teng Yuan's power, the once small Tang family city had become a huge city, becoming the largest family in Zhao country, with abundant resources for nurturing clan members. There even appeared 9 core members, each of whom could be said to be the future successor cultivated by Teng Yuan himself. And on this day, while he was meditating in the underground chamber of the Tang family city, he suddenly opened his eyes, feeling a sense of blood-red spiritual energy. This feeling was extremely intense, almost causing chaos in his spiritual power. Although he used some methods, he couldn't find out the source of this blood-red disaster, only thinking to himself that even if there was one, with his current position in Zhao country, he could easily resolve it. But what he didn't know was that Wang Lin had already begun his revenge plan. While he was still cultivating in the ancestral home of the Teng family, Wang Lin had spent a huge price to set up restrictions thousands of miles away from the Teng family city, turning it into a space where people could enter but not leave. Because Wang Lin's heart had long been set on this, he wanted Teng Yuan to be like his past self, watching helplessly as his descendants died one by one before him, unable to do anything. Soon, Teng Yuan received news that an unknown cultivator had slaughtered thousands of people from the Tang family in just 4 days. But at this moment, he was just a little gloomy. Compared to the tens of thousands of people in the entire Tang family bloodline, this number was only a small part. But he was completely stunned when he saw the portrait of the culprit. A hidden fear emerged in his eyes. He almost immediately recognized that the person in the picture was Wang Lin from back then. However, he had personally witnessed Wang Lin's death, and even now, he remembered the terrifying look in Wang Lin's eyes before his death. He had remembered this look for 400 years. Although it was very frightening, he still didn't think Wang Lin could be stronger than him. After all, in his impression, even if Wang Lin didn't die, his current cultivation base was at most in the late foundation establishment stage, or even just in the early core formation stage. What could he do to him? It can only be said that this old guy's intuition and speculation are indeed accurate. Wang Lin is only in the early foundation establishment stage at this moment. But he would never think that Wang Lin, because of what he had experienced during these 400 years, was now in a completely different situation. This time, what Wang Lin wanted to do was not simply to kill all the Tang family members, but to wipe out the entire Tang family bloodline from the roots. However, at this moment, Teng Yuan had not realized the severity of the problem and resolutely chose to go into seclusion to prepare for a battle with Wang Lin at any time. Do you know how strong the second demon head of the Renegade Immortal protagonist Wang Lin is? This brother actually dared to challenge brother Su Liguang. Can the latter really defeat the second demon head? First of all, we need to understand what a demon head is. In short, a demon head is a soul refined by Wang Lin using the extreme Dao sense, which is actually a kind of illusion in the eyes of cultivators. However, although demon heads and wandering souls are somewhat similar, they are not completely the same. Wandering souls are quite terrifying, they can ignore any cultivation and instantly devour a cultivator's soul, while also absorbing their flesh and blood essence. Even if only one wandering soul enters the mortal world, it will bring about great disasters, so there are rules restricting wandering souls from appearing in the real world. Of course, Wang Lin is an exception. He is a man with a protagonist's halo. The devouring ability of demon hates and wandering souls is actually the same, but the difference is that demon hates can only swallow opponents of the same level as themselves. In other words, demon hates, like Wang Lin, are powerful and invincible at the same level. Why can only Wang Lin refine demon hates, and not others? Let me continue reading. First of all, only Wang Lin has the extreme Dao sense, so he can refine demon hates or wandering souls. Wang Lin is the only existence in the mortal world that can devour various souls, making him the most feared by wandering souls and demon hates. Therefore, the rebellious Su Liguang will never be able to defeat Wang Lin. In the first trial ground of the ancient god realm, the Earth Origin ground, there are countless strange creatures that often attack with sound waves and divine sense. Although their individual attack power is limited, their numbers are endless. The reason why Wang Lin was able to refine the second demon hate using the souls of these creatures is because he discovered that the consciousness of these monsters could merge to form a new consciousness entity. So who is stronger between the second demon hate and Su Liguang? Currently, both of these demon hates were cultivated by Wang Lin during his foundation establishment stage, so their strength is actually quite similar. Of course, Su Liguang himself also has the potential to reach nascent soul stage, but that's another story. Faced with a large number of creatures, Su Liguang is obviously struggling to cope with the Earth Origin ground, the first trial ground of the ancient god realm. The second demon hate is refined from the souls of dozens of creatures and possesses a fused consciousness. It is between the same kind and different kinds, surpassing the same kind at the same time. In modern terms, the second demon hate is invincible to these creatures. When it roars, Su Liguang manages to break free from the crisis, but he is quickly surrounded by a group of creatures. But seeing his brother so fierce, Su Liguang feels embarrassed and grits his teeth as he bravely rushes out. He grabs several creatures and swallows them fiercely, only to hear strange cries coming from the second demon hate's mouth. Suddenly, all the creatures are stunned, their consciousness leaves their bodies and gathers together, rushing towards Su Liguang. His face changes, and he quickly spits out the swallowed consciousness, one by one. Su Liguang quickly retreats behind Wang Lin, his face turning fierce as he stares at the second demon hate. Although Su Liguang is framed by his brother, he still has to endure here. Although these two demon hates are equally powerful, in this special place, the second demon hate is undoubtedly the king. It is because of its existence that Wang Lin was able to successfully break through the first barrier of the ancient god realm.